First of all, it would be great if you can tell us a little bit about your background in racing and how did you start it in this sport?
I started karting when I was 4 years old up at my local track at Rowra. It was through my family really, like my grandma and granddad both raced, my dad and my uncle both raced as well, and then me, my cousin and my brother race now. So I wanted to follow in my family's footsteps.
And apart from your family, have you had some role models through your life who have inspired you?
I think all the girls in W series are quite inspiring as they all raced in something similar to what I'm doing this year.
And well, you mentioned the W series, which is a very interesting, I mean, a new series from the last few years. So you have been selected for the F1 Academy. So what does it mean for you to be part of this series with an instructor as Carlin?
I think it's an amazing opportunity for me as Carlin's a really good team and they've got a lot of experience in the different single seater levels. So I think they'll be really good to work with. They all seem friendly and really helpful with the tests I've done with them so far. So I'm really looking forward to it and it'll be a good opportunity to make the step up in my career.
Because your single seater career is very short till the moment because you started last season in GB4 Championship. So, how were your feelings after your performance in this season?
I think GB4 was a big learning curve for me as it was my first season in car racing. We had a few top fives and a podium at Alton, so I think it should be a year to look back on and think that it was a good learning curve to give me the basics of what I need to know for the rest of my career.
And now back into the F1 Academy. How are you preparing for your first season? What are your goals for 2023?
I've been preparing by doing sim work, but it's quite hard at the minute because we don't know what tracks we're going to be racing on. I've been going to the gym and training hard, and I think my goals will be to finish at least in the top three, but a win would be good.
And overall, you mentioned the W Series, but what role do you think the F1 Academy will be playing in the future of motorsport? And how will it help to develop next generation of drivers like yourself?
I think the F1 Academy is a good idea because it's helping girls get into motorsport and have the track time that they need to learn and then make the step in their career to go and race with all the boys. I think it's quite inspiring as well for like younger girls to start karting and make their start in their career.
Well, you're still very young, but during your career, during your life, what is the best advice you have ever received, and who gave it to you?
I think the best advice I've received is to stick in and work hard and do the best you can do, but most of all, enjoy it. And that's what my mum says to me.
Well, that's a very good advice. Now, uh, talking about the F1 Academy again, you're joining Carlin, which is a very big structure. So, what does it mean for you to be part of this series, and what are you most looking forward to in this experience?
I'm most looking forward to working with the new team at Carlin and learning all the new tracks that I've not raced on before and the new car. And I think it'll be a really good season for me.
Well, this has been the most serious part of the interview. Now I go into some more relaxed questions. So, if you were given the chance to drive any car in history at any circuit in the world, what would you choose?
I think if I could drive anything on any track, it would be an F1 car around Monaco because that's the most amazing track.
Very challenging too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you have any particular moment, but what the funniest motorsport anecdote you can remember?
I think it would be when Kimi Räikkönen said, "Leave me alone, I know what I'm doing," when he was driving for Lotus.
Yeah, that was a very good one.
Yeah.
Now this is a series of short questions with two options, and you will have to choose to keep one of those options, and the other one will disappear and will have never exist. So this is a very hard part of the interview. The first one is wet races or dry races.
I think to keep wet races because they're more fun.
Ooh, that will be challenging for drivers. So Max Verstappen's first title in 2021 or Lewis Hamilton first title in 2008.
Max Verstappen's first title because Max is my favorite F1 driver.
And during the race, team radios or having the drink.
I think team radios because sometimes they can be quite funny.
Yeah, but there's also funny team radios with the drink, like Kimi Raikkonen last year before. Then oversteer or understeer.
I think oversteer because it can be controlled.
Mm. Wins from pole position or wins from the back of the grid.
I think wins from the back of the grid because I think you feel like you've done a better job when you've come through the whole field to win.
Mm-hmm. And the last one, this is a hard one because you have to choose between two mythical circuits, which are Monza or Spa.
I think Spa.
Have you ever been there, or would you like to drive in Spa?
No, I've not been there yet, but I would love to drive there.
Mm. Then thinking about a race weekend when you have to prepare for the race or a qualifying session or anything, are you superstitious? Do you have any specific rituals or habits or any song you listen to?
I'm not really superstitious, but sometimes if I've done good, I will eat what I had before that session or race again before the next race.
Mm. And then the well, I have another question, which is if you had the chance to have a time travel machine and you could go anytime in F1 history, which event would you like to change or to what in the moment?
Um, I think maybe to go back to when Max won the first title and make the race, the last few laps go on for a bit longer without the safety car and make Max and Lewis battle for a bit longer.
Yeah, that would have been perfect. The last question now. What are your expectations and ambitions for your future in motorsport?
I think my ambitions for the future is to make a career out of driving, but if that isn't possible, I'd still love to be involved in motorsport, like either a mechanic or an engineer.
Well, I have the last one now is the last one because many people have been asking about your relationship with Johnny Edgar from F3. So can you please explain which part of the
Um,
family?
Johnny is my cousin, so
Yeah,
yeah, he does help me a lot, and he helps me like prepare on the sim sometimes, and we do go to the gym together sometimes as well. So he's very helpful.
that's great to have someone in your family so close to
Yeah.
you, your passion and your profession in this case.